Hi, and welcome to another episode of Claim Matters. What we want to talk about in this episode is what to do when the insurance company says no.
Oh no, my claim is closed?
Susan, why would an insurance company close a claim?
Well, there are several reasons why they'll close it. If they haven't heard from you or you haven't responded back in a specific amount of time, they're going to close that claim. If they've paid you money, either first round, second round, it doesn't really matter, they're going to close that claim. If you take too long or you don't respond to somebody coming to your house and doing an inspection, they're going to close it. And last but not least, they're going to close it because regulations say that they can only have so many claims open and active at a given time, and they're watching how things get closed. And if they close that claim, they really hope that you just go, okay, that's done, and walk away, because a percentage of people will do that.
And that's called consensus by exhaustion. And the insurance company is going to close a claim when they feel they've paid as much as they need to and they do not need to pay anymore. Here's what we've got to understand. The insurance company is not on your side. They are a for-profit company. That means they've got shareholders, they've got profit margins. They're not in the business of paying claims. They're in the business of collecting premiums. So what they want to do is minimize your claim, give you as much of a partial as they can get away with. Now, not all carriers necessarily, or not all claims necessarily. Sometimes carriers pay well. Just sometimes they pay a few claims the way they need to. But you do not ever need to accept less than what you think the insurance carrier owes you or what you can justify the carrier owes you. We cannot get you a cent more than you're owed, but we will fight to get you every cent that you deserve.
Yes. Emil, talk to us a little bit about what you can do when your claim is closed.
Great question, Susan. When a carrier closes your claim, if you believe it's unwarranted, the first thing to do is to, in writing, demand that they reopen the claim. I would send an email, I would follow it up with a phone call, and I demand that the company reopen my claim because we're not done yet.
And we have 2 to 3 years, depending upon the state that you're in, to reopen that claim. So they can't close it and say that's final.
The carrier does not have the last word on when a claim is closed. Here's the next thing you need to do. You need to retain the services of a reputable public adjuster. Reputable public adjuster. Obviously, we would love to help you, but one of your great options is to come to a company like us. Make sure they've got a great rating with a Better Business Bureau. Make sure their reviews online are terrific. Make sure they're licensed and insured. They're not somebody from out of state that's just coming here to try and make a quick buck. Make sure it's a good public adjusting firm.
Yep.
Susan, what else can we do?
We can definitely call the commissioner. If they refuse to reopen the claim, you can file a report with them. And if you do that, copy your desk adjuster on that report. Let them know that you are filing a complaint because they have closed your claim and are suggesting that it won't be reopened. We have come across that before, and they cannot do that. The only time a claim is finished is when you say it's finished. And when you say it's finished, they will typically require or ask of a final release.
Yes.
You'll sign that, and that's an indication that at that point, that claim is considered fully closed.
Susan, when should a client sign a final release?
Only when they have received all the funds that they think they're going to need to put their house or their property back in order.
You know, a lot of folks are afraid of pushing against the insurance company because they're afraid that they will lose their insurance. They're afraid their premiums are going to go up. They may have a sense that, well, I've been with this insurance company for 20 years and they've always looked after me. What would you say to a client like that?
Well, if your house is burned down 3 times in the last 4 years, I think there's a good chance that they're going to cancel you. You're a high risk. When an event happens, like a tornado or a hurricane or a flood, if it's flood insurance, anything of that matter, they cannot individually pick who they want to no longer insure. It's tightly regulated by the states to make sure that they don't cherry pick and say, well, you had a claim and you had a PA and you might have had a lawyer also, and so we don't want to renew you anymore. They can't do that.
Anything that's determined to be an act of God, in other words, there's nothing you did to cause it and nothing you could have done to prevent it, doesn't raise your risk as a policyholder. It may increase the premiums of the zip code because everybody's policies premiums are going to go up, but you do not impact your insurability by an act of God, as long as it's not 12 acts of God in 12 months.
Yes, which we do see, and we're in Louisiana right now working Hurricane Ida, and we are seeing many insurance companies that are going into what's called receivership. But we'll talk about that on another video. Thanks for joining us on another episode of
Claim Matters.
Hey, and feel free to hit the subscribe button below so you can watch more.
Also, if you've got questions about a claim that you're having, dial the number below and we'd be delighted to help you.
Thanks again. Bye.